Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to call this meeting to order today, Thursday, June 23rd. It's a special call board meeting of the San Felipe Del Rio Consolidated Independent School District Board of Trustees. And I'm going to ask our Vice President if she could call roll.
Mr. Galindo?
Here.
Mr. Galindo, Ms. Guanajuato Webb?
She's not here.
Ms. Haynes?
Here.
Ms. Luna Chavez?
Here.
Mr. Mesa?
Here.
Mr. Oberfeld?
Present.
And myself. Sir, we have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Let the record show that we do have a quorum of board members and that this meeting was duly called in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. We'll have opening ceremonies, first with a moment of silence or personal reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. First item of business that we have on our agenda is all the way down to 13, Business and Finance. Item 13A, consideration to approve the 2021-2022 final amendment budgets for the general operating debt service and food service funds. Amy Childress.
Good evening, President Mesa, Dr. Rios, and members of the board. This evening, the first item we have for you is to provide our final amendments for our proposed budgets for our general fund service, our debt service, and our food service. The first one we'll be looking at this evening is our general fund. And as you can see at this time, we have no additional amendments to revenue, so we are projecting our revenue to be $96,918,404 for the budget year. On expenditures, we do have some functional changes that are being made, but they do not out to a total of zero. So we have a proposed budget expenditures of $110,744,636, which will be a deficit proposed budget of $13,826,233. We had a beginning fund balance of $43,323,176, which leaves a proposed budget estimated ending fund balance of $28,773,554. For the debt service fund, we are proposing amendments for revenue of $110,000 to end with proposed budget revenue of $1,752,140. On the expenditure side, we are not adding any additional amendments. So we have total expenditure proposed budget of $1,675,075, which provides us with an excess of $77,065. We had a beginning fund balance of $702,235. So we're looking at a proposed budget estimate ending fund balance of $779,300. For food service, we are proposing additional amendments for revenue of $1,212,400 to end with a proposed budget for revenues of $8,261,428. We have no proposed changes in expenditures at this time, so we are ending our proposed expenditure budget at $6,924,163, which is a proposed estimate of excess of $1,337,265. We had no fund balance at the beginning of the year, so we are looking at a proposed budget estimated ending fund balance of $1,337,265. And that is it for that item.
Questions from board members? Amy, could you point out the carryover funds for this year?
That's on the next item.
On the next one?
Yes, sir, this is just for the, the budget,
Okay.
proposed budget.
Anyone with a question? Okay, recommendation, please.
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the 2021-2022 final amended budgets, which includes the general fund, the debt service fund, and the food service fund.
Heard the recommendation from administration. I'll entertain a motion for approval. Motion made by Ms. Gonzalez, seconded by Mr. Overfelt. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously with 6 votes.
Thank you.
Next item that we have is item B, 13B, consideration to approve a resolution to commit the fund balance of the general fund. Amy Childress.
Yes, sir. Good evening once again. So the first item, we looked at our proposed budget. At this time, we're going to look at our proposed final expenditures, revenue and expenditures. So our forecast for the 2021-2022 year for revenues is $95,490,717. We have our expenditures estimated at $95,110,577, which will result in an excess of $380,139. We had a beginning fund balance of $43,323,176. So with that, we are estimating an ending fund balance for this year of $42,979,926. From that estimated fund balance, we are asking for you to recommit from the 2021-22 projects that were ongoing. We're asking you to recommit $9,024,990. In addition, we are asking to commit for some new projects in the amount of $4,462,346. So that is the total amount of commitments we are asking you to take from the fund balance is $13,487,336. That would result in a ending fund balance for the 2022-23 year of $29,492,590. With our minimum fund balance that we're required to have, it would leave us with excess fund balance of $9,948,510.
Now, where would those carryover funds be?
So, Mr. Mesa, the carryover funds for this year It's the first item she mentioned. That's at $383,000. So this year, we probably ran the tightest budget that we had in years. The very first number she gave was the 383, unless I'm wrong, ma'am, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's $383,000. In the past, we've had $1 million, $1.5 million. This year, we had 383 from the current budget.
What column is that? I don't see it here.
So if you look here, so from operations, we actually had an excess of $4.3 million. But then we had $3.9 million of our committed projects. So those two together, so we had a net excess of $380,000.
Okay. Thank you. Questions from board members? Recommendation, ma'am?
Sir. And before I read this recommendation, you do have the resolution to be signed?
Yes, I have the
Okay.
resolution.
It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the resolution committing the fund balance of the General Operation Fund.
Okay. Any further comments or questions? I think everyone understands. Then, recommendation's been made. Is there a motion for approval? Motion made by Mr. Overfeld, seconded by Ms. Gonzalez. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously with 6 votes.
Thank you.
Next item we have is 13C, consideration to approve general fund budget amendment for the 2022-2023 commitments from fund balance. Amy Childress.
Yes, sir. Good evening once more. So on Monday, the 20th, we adopted our 2022-2023 budget. We adopted a budget of revenues of $95,114,520, with expenditures of $102,504,793. At this time, we are adding, under the expenditures, the committed projects that we just spoke about. And those are here for the total of $13,487,337. So that brings our total budgeted expenditures up to $115,992,130. And then just so I do have where we will be moving the funds from ESSER, and we do have our estimated funding balance at the $29,492,590.
Questions from board members? Okay, recommendation then.
Yes, sir. It is the recommendation of the administration that the Board of Trustees approve the general fund budget amendment for 2022-2023 commitments from fund balance.
Or the recommendation from administration, there's a motion by Mr. Galindo. Is there a second to the motion? Amy Haynes, all those in favor? Motion carries unanimously with 6 votes.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Rios, any announcements or anything else?
No, sir, we got one more week, and then we'll be closed for the 4th of July week that we're traditionally closed for. And it should be a productive month in July, but.
Okay. Well, there being no other business on the agenda, there's a motion to adjourn by Mr. Orfeld, seconded by Mr. Galindo. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously with 6 votes. I think everybody's hungry. Thank you.
Thank you.